We are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism.
Right now on Up with KREM, we're learning new information from investigators on the deadly truck attack in New Orleans. This morning, what the FBI is revealing about the suspect's background.
A complicated forecast of rain and snow and a mix for the next 48 hours. I'm detailing exactly where the inland Northwest will stand when we get precipitation starting later today.
Plus, is AI the future of fast food? This morning, how one chain restaurant is using the technology for more hands on deck.
Up with KREM begins now.
Hi everyone, good morning. 6 o'clock here on your Thursday. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham. We also want to welcome you in if you're streaming us on KREM 2+. Let's get on over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Weather Center. Thomas, you're tracking a kind of a complicated forecast because we're dealing with a lot right now.
Yeah, and really this morning is the most simple of it. A very standard winter weather start to the day. Some patchy fog in Airway Heights, a little bit here on the hill, some black ice on the ground. That all feels very standard. It gets complicated later on today and definitely for tomorrow because some of our forecast elements are showing a lot more rain. Others are a lot more snowfall. So it's finding that balance of exactly what's going to happen is going to be the trick to our forecast. So some patchy fog out by the airport, still 30 degrees here in Spokane, and the first storm system hits later this afternoon after about 2 or 3 o'clock for today. And you already see basically a 50-50 split of blue for snow and green for rain. So we'll just simply call it a wintry mix late afternoon.
Here's a live look outside of I-90 and University where you can see some of that maybe a low cloud or fog there in the distance right now. But overall, no major incidents on the roads slowing you down on I-90 or any of our other highways. We'll keep a close eye on the traffic situation. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. This morning, investigators are still searching for more answers after a man rammed his truck through a crowd of people in New Orleans. This is a story we first brought to you as breaking news here on Up with KREM yesterday. At least 14 people were killed, plus the suspect, and at least 39 people were injured. The suspect was killed after exchanging gunfire with police. Yesterday, President Joe Biden said the driver may have been inspired by a well-known terrorist group. CBS News' Nicole Valdez is in New Orleans with more.
We have dozens of people that got hit by this car.
Frantic messages from first responders in New Orleans just moments after a man drove his truck through crowds celebrating the new year on the city's famed Bourbon Street.
You just heard this squeal and like the rev of an engine and then this huge loud impact and then the people screaming.
The FBI has identified the attacker as 42-year-old Army veteran Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen who lived in Texas. Agents say after he rammed the crowd, the suspect exited what appeared to be a rented Ford truck and fired at police. He was killed in the gunfight. 2 officers were wounded.
We are working with our partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism. We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are aggressively running down every lead.
The FBI says they found an ISIS flag on the suspect's vehicle and possible improvised explosive devices there and throughout the French Quarter.
Mere hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill.
These are just some of the victims who died in the attack, including 28-year-old former Princeton University football star Tiger Besh.
He was a stand-up guy that we really respected and honored.
Later today, the Sugar Bowl is set to kick off at the nearby Superdome after it was postponed due to yesterday's horrific attack. Nicole Valdez, CBS News, New Orleans.
And Sugar Bowl officials say the Superdome and surrounding areas are safe for today's game between Georgia and Notre Dame. Meanwhile, the NFL says it's creating a comprehensive security plan for the next big event at the Superdome next month. Of course, that's the Super Bowl. Just hours after the deadly attack in New Orleans, a Tesla Cybertruck exploded outside of the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. It is now being investigated as a possible act of terrorism. Investigators say gas canisters, camp fuel canisters, and large firework mortars were found in the back of the vehicle.
Three explosions.
It was sitting in the porte-cochere for about 15 seconds before it exploded.
One person inside of the truck was killed. They have not been identified. 7 bystanders were hurt. Right now, investigators are still trying to find a motive. Police have noted similarities to the New Orleans incident, including both vehicles being rented from the site Turo. Investigators are looking into any possible connection. A California man is dead after being reported missing at Schweitzer earlier this week. Our news partners at the Bonner County Daily Bee found out the 72-year-old man was snowboarding when he was reported missing on the mountain's front side on Monday. Schweitzer officials say the mountain ski patrol found the man, but he was unresponsive. He was taken to the base of the resort where officials determined he died. This morning, the snowboarder's name and cause of death have not been released. This morning, a Spokane Valley man is in the Spokane County Jail after causing a crash that sent one person to a hospital. Washington State Patrol says 64-year-old Scott Beeching caused a crash, injuring a woman and blocked a part of I-90 around 11 a.m. yesterday. He's facing a charge of felony hit and run. WSP says Beeching rear-ended a car and pushed the car until it went off the road, sending it rolling up an embankment. New this morning, Selkirk Fire is investigating a fire that destroyed an Athol shop. Our news partners at the Bonner County Daily Bee report fire crews responded to Rock Springs Road just after 10 last night. Fire crews found the shop engulfed in flames and threatening nearby structures. After an hour, firefighters were able to contain the flames and limit the damage to the store. The owner believes a battery being charged exploded and may have started the fire. No one was hurt.
It is 6:07 as we take another look at our weather forecast this morning. Mostly calm, but some standard winter weather, including patchy fog out at the airport. A little bit foggy here at our studios as well. Wasn't as bad over downtown Spokane. All that feels very standard for a inland northwest winter morning here. So cloudy, but pretty calm. The action picks up later this afternoon, thinking about 2 or 3 o'clock, with a wintry mix, so rain or snow. If we get snow, it will be less than an inch even in the first place. But tomorrow's weather event is going to be a bit more significant, though it could be more rain for Spokane, but not for necessarily everyone. So we'll be detailing in great detail where the rain is going to be, where the snow is going to be, and of course timing it all out for these next 48 hours.
For some reason, she took the Diet Coke off and made it 9 sweet teas.
Someone sounds frustrated. Artificial intelligence in fast food drive-thrus. In the next 5 minutes, how one popular chain restaurant is implementing it while another is scrapping the idea. Well, hey, don't forget KSKN 22 is the spot to watch Kraken games all season long. Join us tonight as the Kraken battle the Vancouver Canucks. Watch to find out if the Kraken can hold on to their winning streak. Coverage starts tonight at 7.